All right, so we were gonna go live this morning, but of course we are not the providers of the internet, so the internet is very, very slow. I will not call the name of who it is. We've been having challenges. So this morning I want to just touch on pretty much something that talking about make time. And make time refers to the fact that we are always so busy and consumed with everything else and not taking enough time to be with people we love, do the things we love, just find time for self, do things that spiritually uplift us, and mentally motivate us. We've not gotten the time, and we've not made the time to do it, and we don't have enough time, and there is no time to do this. So we find all the excuses we can to do nothing really. Or let's say we find the excuses not to focus on things that really uplift and inspire us or motivate us and develop us personally. So we've not found that time. We heard and we've been seeing on social media the recent death of this young footballer, very young. And of course, again, we've heard that he's our only child. So we can imagine as parents, and even if we're not parents, we can imagine the families, despair right now. But the truth of it all is, persons are saying, boy, that should be in place and all of that. But I might reserve that comment right now, and there's a lot of things that should happen. But this is what is happening now. And we've lost a good person, based on what I understand, young promising man. But we cry so much in Jamaica, and we feel our soul grieving so much because there is so much going on. There are children dying. Needless to say, we've heard that on the news too, where young promising children are being cut down by the bullets. So there's a lot of grief, there's a lot of pent up anger, and there's a lot of hurt. And it comes back again how much people are using their time, whether it's constructively or they're using it destructively. But it really comes down, and it begs us to look at what we do with the time we have. I don't want to say the little time on earth, because none of us know what is destined and when. But I think that we should really look at the time that we're spending and how promising and how fulfilling that we use that time wisely. We need to use the words, the lips, use it constructively. We need to encourage persons. We need to be telling people, that's here with us now. We need to tell those persons that, listen, I love you. A lot of us, they possibly have not grown with a love you culture. It means that we've never heard that being said to us. We are learning the culture of love. Some of us have not even been socialized in that way to express feeling. But it's something that we have to change as a people, as a culture. We have to change how we do things. Time, we beg that we don't have enough time to do this, but you know what, you have the time now. It's about the now, it's about the here and now, what you're willing to do with it. We can't speak of tomorrow because it's promised to no one. We don't know. We hope that we will live to see tomorrow, or we anticipate the future. But in what we have now is the present. And I always say to person, the present is where the gift is, because it's here, it's now, it's happening. And we have to be cognizant of this reality that's happening to us now. And because it's happening to us now, we can now control this present moment. And we have to look at it. We say, and I have been guilty of it too. It's not something out of a vacuum. We work consistently, and we've burned more than 40 hours to the candle, working, and we've done quite a lot of things: charity, community work, motivational workshops, and we find the time to do so many things. But when it comes to rationalizing that little piece of us to say, you know what, I need to pencil out a little family time, we need to do this, we need to do that, we often skim, we often cut back on that, and not realizing that that's where the importance lies. A happy man at home, a happy woman at home, a happy child at home can be very productive in the work sphere and the school sphere. It is very much a cohesive plan. you're relaxed, you're mentally ready, you're going to take on the world. An employee who has challenges at home, and as a HR practitioner, we look at those things, it will impact the daily productivity at work. So everything is really a correlation onto something else. It's not in a vacuum. So when we say, and as leaders, as persons who are out there putting a message out, and based on even our own experiences, that we need to make the time. We need to make the time and focus. We need to make the time and build on family. We need to make the time and to tell our loved ones that they're important to us. We can't assume that they know this unless we tell them this. We can't assume because they're around us 24/7 that they actually care. We have to see a demonstration of those things through action, and we have to see a verbal commitment of same. And everything is come together to make the whole. And so you can't be baking a cake and you decide that you're not going to put one ingredient in it and expect the same result to be turning out as if it was a cake in the whole, to have all the ingredients, but you leave out some and you expect it to taste the same way, or something to that fact. But it came to me today, and I was being driven by my daughter, and and I'm thinking how grateful and how the simple things in life we take sometimes as they pass, and we've not really stop and look and listen, smell the coffee, smell the rose, smell the fresh air. We have not taken the time to tell them, even our children, our loved ones, or our staff, our team, persons who work with us, close with us, and I want to say, not a for us mentality, but a teamwork with us, persons who work with us to make things come the way we want, part of our staff, part of our team, part of our family. We have not taken that moment to say, truly, you're appreciated, you're loved, you're needed, because to be vulnerable and say that, without you, I am nothing. But, sometimes persons don't want to be that vulnerable and say, oh, I did it on my own. And yes, it's always good to have that self-confidence. But sometimes a little appreciation is not vulnerability. And a little appreciation does not mean weakness. It means that you have elevated yourself to a point of gratefulness, gratitude, and that you can appreciate help that came to you, whatever form that it had come, is so you are open to understanding that what, life is much more than what I'm thinking it is right now. So make time. That father understand, who was at his son's football match all the time. The newspaper said he was a staple. So can you imagine? He was a staple. He didn't miss out on anything. Think about it. He was at his son's football match all the time. So in the bad of it, the good of it, that he saw his son play the football all the time. He was there to cheer him on. He was his son's greatest cheerleader. He was his son's greatest supporter. So he was there as a staple, as the media put it. And so for that moment, we can look at the bad, but at the same time, we can look at how grateful that dad must feel, even in the sorrow, that what, I took the time to be with him, and I took the time that I could be there and partake in something that he loved, and I was there to support. So that is the good that we're taking away from this bad situation. And it comes again, make time. Make time. We complain a lot, we don't have enough time to do this. Make the time, and we need to stick to the time, to be consistent. We spoke about earlier, and all our videos and all our live launches and conversations are running into each other. We talk about gratitude. We talk about an attitude of gratitude. We talk about motivation 101. We talk about all these things. It's for the building of oneself. It's for the building of one character. It's for the building and strengthening of one mind, so that we can embrace each other. We can embrace life, And when it comes to us, we can support, and that's the key word. We can support each other. One mother to the next. I grieve with you. I am hurting with you because I too also have children, and I cannot imagine. I've lost loved ones, and I know how painful that can be. But in the midst of it, I want us all who have the opportunity to watch this video, have the opportunity to see and experience things, to make the time. Take the time and do things that will support that healthy growth of family, healthy growth of teamwork, healthy growth of social arena, because we have to not just look at our little space, but we have to look at the wider Jamaica and all the social things that happen in Jamaica. Can we participate more? Can we take time to mentor someone? I've been a mentor with UTech and YOU now youth for quite some time. I've been doing that for over 10 years, and I've stated that it's one of the most fulfilling things that I have done, except outside of having children, because that's very fulfilling for me too as well. But and having my family, but it is a wonderful thing when we can encourage and build persons to be greater than them they thought they could be. Our roles as persons who are here, both in the leadership capacity and persons who are in the managerial capacity, and persons who are parents, persons who are teachers, we have that role to educate, to inform, to inspire, to motivate our people to greatness. Jamaica has it. I believe in the 2030 vision. I've committed myself socially and in the fairs, that in the spaces that I can give of myself, to ensure that my Jamaica, our Jamaica, is a beautiful country that lasts. And it's all about managing time, make time, and let your children, let your employees, let your co-workers, let your family, let the country see that you're doing something positive socially, trying to enact these changes. Now, a lot of people say, boy, I have time and I don't have it, and I don't this and I don't that. I do not want to make a judgment on anyone's life. I don't know the circumstances, but all I'm saying is, look at it carefully, organize yourselves, and make the time to commit. Commit to a higher calling, commit to a higher purpose, commit in changing things one step at a time. I've committed myself to leading a healthier life. I've committed myself into doing that. And how did I do that? I make time in the mornings. I did not know I could do this. I make time in the morning to get up and do a session of exercise, workout. No, I've not gone to the gym. I've committed myself slowly in making sure that I'm eating right, my head is right, and I'm committed to that purpose. So I'm making time for me, because if it is that I've not done this now, or I'm not doing this now, and I get sick, and I wish I could turn back the clock and say, you know what, had I just cut down a little bit, had I do 15 minutes of that workout, I would have been okay today. So I'm just saying, sometimes when we are in the situation, we recognize that, you know what, we could have changed that outcome. We could have done something different had we just made the time to do something that will impact us in the future. So because we are sure of this now, we can only apply what we know of it now. That's my message. That's my message to all this morning. Have a wonderful day. My live feed and my provider, you know yourself, my provider. You are not giving me my live feed and to connect with my audience, but you know what, I am going to forgive you, and I have forgiven you already. So we will not stop the boat. We will continue to put these messages out. We will continue to feed and educate and inspire and motivate our Jamaican people, because we are definitely stand for greatness. We can list a lot of things that we are grateful for, but we also need to work on the bad. Yes, we need to improve on some of the things that need working. We need to call them out. We need to speak on them. We don't need to criticize constructively. We need to do that. We need to make the time as leaders, government, people in authority, people in position who can enact changes. We need to look at things differently. Have a wonderful day. God bless. And you take good care. Bye.